Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Midweek Minutes. This past Sunday, we studied Galatians chapter 5, verses 16 to 18, and the title of the message was Walk by the Spirit. Let me read the passage for you. Galatians 5, verse 16. So I say, let the Holy Spirit guide your lives, then you won't be doing what your sinful nature craves. The sinful nature wants to do evil, which is just the opposite of what the Spirit wants. And the Spirit gives us desires that are the opposite of what the sinful nature desires. These two forces are constantly fighting each other, so you are not free to carry out your good intentions. But when you are directed by the Spirit, you are not under obligation of the law of Moses. Walk by the Spirit. When we walk by the Spirit, we allow the light of the world to guide our paths. And the light of the world wants to guide us in paths of righteousness. Psalm 119:105 says, your word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Around my house, I have pavers. This helps me to get dry, solid footing all around my house. I also have floodlights and these solar-powered path lights that help to light the way. Now my solar lights are on a timer and eventually the solar lights go out. But I've walked this path enough times that even when it's dark, I'm able to make my way around the path. You see, when we repeatedly walk in righteousness, we develop spiritual muscle memory. And even when the dark comes at us, we're able to walk by the Spirit. It's like the Apostle Paul says in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 27. I discipline my body like an athlete, training it to do what it should. Otherwise, I fear that after preaching to others, I might be disqualified. We were reminded on Sunday that even a man like David, a man after God's own heart, from time to time would walk in the counsel of the flesh, and he had epic failures. What a sobering reminder that but for the grace of God, there go I. You see, to walk by the Spirit, you put yourself in the posture to yield to the Spirit when the constant battle between the spirit self and the carnal self are going at it. David said, discipline your body like an athlete. Years ago, when I was in my athletic prime, I played football. And one key thing that most people don't know about football, it's 90% mental and 10% physical. Now, I think I still have it up here. Does that mean I'm 90% of the athlete I used to be? No, not exactly. Because although the bulk of what it takes to be a football player is mental, if you don't take that 90% mental and exercise it in a physical arena, it's of no use. No use, just like those Monday morning quarterbacks who think they can do better as they watch the game from the comfort of their own couch. In the same way, it doesn't matter how much spiritual knowledge we acquire. If we don't put it to use on a daily basis in our life, it's useless. So I encourage you, walk by the Spirit. Remember our last point from Sunday. When we walk by the Spirit, we're able to live as Christ did. And how did Christ live? He lived victorious. And he has given us his robe of righteousness so that we can walk by the Spirit and give God the glory. Thank you for joining me for another edition of Midweek Minutes. Goodbye for now. I got to get my walk on.